Khewra Salt Mines is a salt mine located in Khewra, some 160 kilometres from the capital Islamabad. Annually, over 50,000 visitors come here, and it is the second largest salt mine in the world. The Khewra salt mines are nestled in the foothills of the Salt Range and are the oldest in South Asia. Mining for salt has been taking place since 320 BC in an underground area of about 110 square kilometres.
Actually, the salt in this area was discovered while Alexander the Great was in battle with Raja Porus at about 326 BC. When some of his horses licked down the ground, and his troops discovered that this is the salt. After that, the salt was excavated in different unscientific ways. When British annexed the India and they took over in 1850, they started scientific mining, and from there the mine is being operated scientifically, and currently we are operating the mine on those lines.
A train dating back to the British Raj carries visitors into the vast salt mountain. The train gently carves and snakes through the tunnel towards an unoperational part of the mine developed by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Resources as a tourist chamber. This part of the salt mine is now preserved to illustrate the fascinating and hidden kaleidoscopic beauty of this mine.
These mines are special because they are both operational and also continue to serve as a tourist attraction. The Pakistan Mineral Development Corporation is also working with the Ministry of Tourism to fund more projects for the visitors' chambers. One of the unique features of these mines which fascinates visitors is the cool temperature inside, which is constant at 18 degrees all year round.
The Khewra salt mine has an estimated total of 220 million tonnes of rock salt deposits. 50% of the salt is extracted and 50% is left as pillars to keep the mountain. The salt mine is 945 feet above sea level and extends around 3 kilometres inside the mountains from the mine's mouth. The total length of all the tunnels is more than 40 kilometres. And in the operational part of the mine, on each floor, there are 64 mining chambers, approximately 35 feet wide and 25 feet high.
I'm standing in another typical mining chamber here at the salt mines. Now, this particular level is known as the ground level or the 6th floor. There are another 5 floors of salt above and another 11 floors known below. Now, this particular salt mine, the Khewra salt mine, is 3 kilometres in length, whereas the entire range is a staggering 300 kilometres long.
The mine employs 685 registered miners who are allowed to keep 1 helper each. The miners work 10-hour shifts and are paid approximately $3 per tonne of salt mined. The mine chamber will always remain the same width, whereas there is no limit to the depth of the chamber. 20,000 metric tonnes of rock salt is mined at Khewra every single day.
On my watch, I supervise mining in 40 chambers. We carry out various checks inside the chamber to observe the structure and ensure no fault lines are developing. Once the chamber is prepared for the explosive and blasting is complete, my job is to supervise the removal of any overhanging salt rocks from the chamber roof. In addition, we ensure that the miners are not overworked by enforcing regular rest breaks.
We're standing here in a typical mining chamber here in the Khewra salt mines, and interestingly, nearly all of the work which is carried out here is carried out manually. Now, the men behind me are preparing 6-foot holes which are running along the entire face behind me of this wall, and then these particular holes will be prepared for gunpowder. The chamber will then be evacuated, ready for the explosion.
The visitors' chambers are an irregular dome-like structure. There are 7 thick salt seams with a cumulative thickness of around 150 metres. At places, the rock salt is 99% pure. The salt is transparent, white, pink and reddish to beef colour red. Now, there are beautiful alternate bands of red and white colour salt. Inside these mesmeric chambers you see saline pools which stretch up to 80 feet deep in places.
और मेरी जो शिफ्ट है सुबह 5 से 1 बजे तक, 1 के बाद फिर ये मैं गाइडिंग करता हूँ सर.
We are currently developing a new area here in the visitors' chamber. This we will name the Diamond Valley. We only recently discovered this area while knocking through 2 empty chambers. What we discovered inside was truly unique. The colors, shapes, and beauty of the ceiling and walls takes your breath away. We hope to open this chamber to the public in a few weeks' time.
और फिर उसके बाद मुगल पीरियड में खुदाई की गई है और मुकम्मल जो इसकी माइनिंग है.
Also inside, there is a beautiful functional mosque which was constructed some 60 years ago, built entirely of salt bricks and illuminated to show the myriad of colours of these salt bricks. In the same chamber also lies a beautifully carved 25 feet tall replica of the Minar-e-Pakistan monument of the city of Lahore, again completely made from rock salt. And visitors are also treated to a jagged, stunning display of stalactites formed by seeping rainwater from the chamber roof and walls. The visitors' chambers are indeed a beautiful illustration of the beauty of rock salt seen in its rawest and most natural form before being refined and ending up on your dinner table.
Mining has been taking place in these particular salt mines for approximately 150 years, since the time of the British Raj. Now, the Pakistan Mineral Development Corporation estimates that if it continues at the steady rate of mining of around 20,000 metric tons per day, mining can continue here for at least another 100 to 150 years. Adil Sabir